fun one because we're all looking out for trends. We want to know what's hot in decor and fashion and food. So let's start with Shai DeLuca-Tamasi. He knows what's going on. So let's talk a little bit about decor because I think people might be a little bit surprised to hear that everything old is new again.
Yes.
When it comes to decor, there's certain colors that we remember that are back again in full effect.
100%. So, you know, in terms of colorways, dusty rose. I know, shock, awe. Hunter green is going to be another big one.
Unbelievable.
And terracotta.
It's all back, but better than before.
But better, right? So here's the thing about when you're using really kind of vibrant colors like that, you have to be careful and make sure that they look intentional. So if you notice, we didn't just paint a wall, we actually have it on a brick veneer.
Right.
So it looks like it was intentional. A brick might be that color. It makes a little bit more sense. It kind of works with and tells a story. Okay? So using terracotta in such a bright color, you might want to use it on one space, and then how do you pepper it into other areas in the room? So we peppered it with pillows. You could get some terracotta pots if you wanted, but just really pepperings. You want to be careful that you don't overdo it.
Right.
Here's the thing with trends. You have to be really, really careful that you don't try to do all the trends in once. And just like fashion, in which we'll talk a little bit later in the show, if you have all the trends on at one time, you're a hot mess.
You look crazy.
Right? You look a little...
Too much.
Yeah, too much. So you want to really pick and choose the right trends that you want to do and make sure that those trends work together.
And what's different as well is, I mean, you say pepper it through. It's not from top to bottom terracotta. So it's not the 80s like we did the 80s.
Yes.
You're doing it like 2016.
You remember those balloon valances?
I remember them.
Right.
Yes,
yeah,
I do.
Everybody in the audience remembers. Yeah. So the other thing is, and I'm really excited and happy about this, is that more kind of relaxed, natural feel is staying in for 2017. So look at the pieces that I've chosen here. Nothing is a set. Nothing matches. I mean, the two chairs, yes, because that's a balance, but nothing matches with one another. And that's really important. It's a lot more of a relaxed feel than what interior design used to be. Yeah. And I'm happy that that's really carrying through in 2017 and probably in the next couple years at least anyway.
Lovely.
In terms of what people are doing at home now, interior design is interesting because it always answers the question of how are we as a society. So with everything that's kind of going on in the world, good and bad, a lot of people are starting to stay home rather than perhaps go on vacation, for example. So the home really needs to be a place where you can kind of enjoy and, you know, maybe curl up with a good book. It needs to be a place that is calming to you. Right. So I chose this day bed rather than a sofa because this is a lot of fun and a little bit more relaxed. The material itself is almost like a linen look, but it's a very relaxed material and no back to it gives us this great kind of spot to be able to put a fabulous piece of artwork.
That's gorgeous.
And it frames it, right? So it looks really great. Mixing metals. That was something that we saw in 2016. It's definitely carrying over into 2017, 2018. Now, the one thing that I like to tell people how to mix metals, because some people, you know, find it a little bit of a challenge, is if you're not sure which metals might look good with one another, choose one thing in it that will carry through all of them. And what do I mean by that? The patina, for example. So if you look at these great lamps, and by the way, all the furniture here is from LT. If you look at these great lamps, you see that there's two actual colors in the mixed metals, but they both have the same patina.
Right.
So if you're worried about, I don't know if it's going to work, and maybe you're not comfortable with doing it the way that I've done it here, keeping that same patina throughout is going to make it look intentional and look well styled.
So you don't necessarily have to stay with the warm metals or stay with the cool metals. Just make sure they
mix it up.
Yeah, mix it up.
Yeah.
And see if there's something that is continuous with all of them.
100%.
Nice.
Let's talk about these. I mean, these side tables, are they not stunning? The fronts are actually mother of pearl.
Mother of pearl is gorgeous.
So one of the trends that we're seeing in 2017 is taking old things and making them look modern, or an old look and making it look modern. So mother of pearl was a big Art Deco detail.
Yeah.
So we're seeing it back now, but the way that they've done it in kind of the starburst, which is on your side as well, it gives it a little bit more of a contemporary feel.
Gorgeous.
So we're revamping pieces, making them look new again, and kind of giving it a different interpretation.
It looks very luxe, but it's casual luxe.
Exactly. This is somewhere that I wouldn't be afraid. I mean, we've told this story lots of times on the show before, is when my parents growing up, we had that white living room behind the French doors that nobody was able to touch.
Don't go in there!
That room that nobody was able to use. So it has that same luxe feel, but get in here, enjoy it. Put your feet up. You absolutely can use it.
Nice.
Let's move over to marbles. So marbles, white marble in particular, was huge in 2016. We're veering away from that and coming into darker marbles now, which I love. This has a little bit of a 70s, 80s feel to it, and I just think it looks so much richer than the white marbles, which tend to be, you see them everywhere. Black marbles are a little bit more something that you don't see everywhere, so I do like that, and it's a really nice grounding detail.
It's drama.
It is drama.
Right?
I love a little drama. Everybody loves a little bit of drama. Lucite. Do you remember lucite growing
Yeah.
up? Right? It was everywhere. Lucite is coming back. And what I like about lucite, because our spaces are becoming that much smaller, lucite are great pieces to have because they don't visually feel very weighted, but they have their function as well. So these great stools with the brass feet, just an interesting way to, again, bring about that mixed metal look and incorporate it with the lucite itself.
There's something very contemporary about that. Even though this is all relaxed and comfy, that gives a little bit of edge. I like the two mixed together, and even the dog likes it.
Right? I know.
Like, the dog's quite comfy in this space.
He looks really relaxed, right?
He's really
He's so relaxed, he's not even moving. he's so relaxed. Let's look at the chairs next to you over there,
Yeah,
Tracy.
these are gorgeous.
Aren't those fantastic? So again, that's kind of like throwback to mid-century, but the burnished metal on the arms.
I love that.
Gorgeous. And the fabric is a little bit of almost like a felt fabric. So it's very contemporary, it's very comfortable, but it looks really tailored.
I love a big chair.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
good for a big bum.
Yeah.
What?
You don't know about that.
Yeah, I just want to be able to really spread out. You know?
Listen, I got you. You can put your feet up on this table. You don't need to worry about marking the white marble because
there you
there's black marble. There you go.
This is functional.
It's functional, 100%. Let's end off with the rugs. So where are trends in rugs? We've seen graphic, kind of geometric shapes in rugs over the past year and a half. We're keeping with those kind of same graphic rugs, but we're moving into a more artisan look. So these almost have Santa Fe look. They have something very artisanal to them, which is fantastic. Again, it adds a little bit of depth and dimension to the space that otherwise you wouldn't have.
Very nice. Okay, I'm looking forward to 2017 when it comes to decor. It's good stuff. Even the terracotta. You made it look good. Thanks, Shai.